Hello, and thank you for being with us to share this time. Clarence and I were thinking of something different to share in our video today, and I was thinking how healthy it is to make a vegetable soup that I haven't made lately, so that's what I'm going to do. So if you could pass me that carrot cabbage over there, that'd be great. So I won't use this. This is going to go for juicing. Thank you very much. I won't be cooking. This is what I'm going to be cooking. I'm going to be cutting up. I got a squash, and I've got some carrots. Probably do one carrot because I want to do some juicing today. With some, when I say juicing, it's really like a smoothie with an apple, and maybe not so close. Might be helpful. That way I have room to move. An apple, a carrot, and banana. If you've ever seen the Gerson theory. So that's what's going to happen later. But right now, I'm going to start on this bad boy. I figured I'd start on the hardest one because this one is so hard to cut. And of course, I don't recommend doing this at home because...
You cut it all together first. You do like that? Oh, wow.
Because of the fact that it's very dangerous. So, all right. This is, don't worry, you're going to see all that.
Yeah.
But I don't like the stems in there, so I'm not putting that in my pot, I can tell you that. But I know that this is good for the eyes, so we'll get some squash in there, keep our eyes young. And I figured I'd tackle the toughest one, because this one is really something to cut up. The big thing I learned, and I learned this from, there was a bosun mate in the Navy, and he made the mistake of cutting in the direction of his thumb, and guess what? He almost cut his own thumb off. I really like that guy, Red. I wonder where he's at these days. Anyways, so first thing I'm going to do is cut this out. And as I said, it ain't easy, but you have to be so careful. So while I'm talking, I'm definitely concentrating on not cutting myself. All right. And where's our little bucket of trash? We'll create a new bucket for trash. We'll use this one. Okay. But I don't like the top part. I don't like this part, so I'm cutting this out. I'll leave that. And I don't cook it with the seeds either, because that just throws off my taste. What I find is, when I cook, what I basically did is I went to the little local market here because it's raining. I don't want to be driving all over the place catching a cold or something like that while I'm trying to do something healthy. That certainly would not be good for the old immune system, but I said, you know, I'll go over here locally. There'll be a little bit more, but they're very nice over there. And get this. And sometimes you can buy these in halves. I'm not really big on that because I don't know how long it's been sitting out. Not their place, but any place. And I don't want to, I really don't want to have flies on stuff that I'm going to be eating, if I can possibly have it, even though I will be boiling this. And I don't know if I have my curry sauce, but I think I still have a curry sauce. What I'm going to do is mix this with a Thai curry sauce, and it works good. And that way I'll be able to eat for a couple days. So it'll take a while to get this done. The part now is I really want to get these seeds out of here. I don't mind this soft part here. I figure that's healthy. And the seeds are probably healthy too, I'm sure, because seeds are able to germinate themselves, right? So I'm not a big, hey, these grapes are seedless. Okay, so how's it going to reproduce itself? Oh, it's not. All right, that's not good. Okay, that's not natural. So there's one side. I guess I'll just leave this over here for now. And since I don't want this to take forever, I'm going to have to cut these pieces really small because I really want to eat. I'm hungry right now. I don't like to use the word fasting, so to speak. because it seems like kind of like a production um, that has to kind of be turned on and off. So I am just not eating right this moment because I'm busy trying to focus on making the meal. So, but it'll work out okay. And that's what's happening so far. It tastes really good in the end, though. Today I did something smart because I had my wife in mind here, as we should always have our wife in mind, and that is not to use too many tomatoes. Usually I use a lot of tomatoes, but of course tomatoes make it more sour, right? Even if they're healthy. But I do like tomatoes. I just don't want to have too many in there. And I've seen plenty of people cut before. For me, I don't try to get wrapped up around the axles about being some kind of perfectionist cutting style. So I know that my cutting style is very eclectic, all over the place. So this is how I am. Kind of an in-the-moment person, so to speak, I guess. I want to cut these relatively small because I want it to cook up relatively quick, whatever quick is. I don't know what that's going to be. That's okay. That's why I showed you. I'm going to be doing some blending of carrot, apple, and banana. I'm just so grateful I went over there because the little local market had only one little string of bananas left. When I looked there at first, I was like, oh no, they're going to get some rest for bananas back. Oh yes, they had one last little string of bananas. I like to use like maybe two bananas, and one carrot and one apple. But I'll put the carrot and the apple. Well, maybe I'll show you later. I'll put the carrot and the apple in there first, without the banana, and blend it a couple times. And the reason for that is because it's a harder substance. And if I blend the banana in there, it kind of offers like almost like a lubricant to allow the carrot and apple not to get as well cut up by the blender blade. Now I have a really nice expensive food processor. I just haven't. It wasn't because I'm lazy. I just haven't put my mind to getting a step down or step up transformer specifically for it, so that I can really blend this stuff. So that is on my mind for the future. I don't remember which brand it was. It's probably best that I don't remember. But there was one very expensive blender. I don't know if it was a food processor, almost kind of a juicer thing, but not a traditional basket weave juicer thing device that I had bought when I first moved here, and it lasted about a year and a half, for $400. Greatly disappointed in that, but we gave it away to somebody. Hopefully they got it fixed, and they got themselves a nice $400 device. So as you see, it's not too big, just small little pieces, the size you could put on a spoon. Hate to waste food. I remember growing up, my dad many times would get laid off. He worked at a factory, and I knew he was laid off when I saw the canned goods. Back when canned goods, if you were born in the 60s in the U.S., if your family got canned goods, you'd know they were extremely cheap back then. And you could buy so they would buy a bunch of cases of canned goods, so at least we knew we could eat. Yeah, Dad did the best he could. But worked in a factory, I think it was, what, 21, 23 years. And one day they came in and said, hey, we're getting rid of all you guys in the next 6 months. Moving to South Dakota and Minnesota, so that way we don't have to pay corporate taxes. How precious. Oh, wow. Okay. Talk about employee loyalty. And then so they did. And then my dad lost his job. But he did get a nice severance package of $100 per year of service. Yeah, you heard me right. $100 per year of service. But hey, they found out the hard way, because they went down there and when they had skilled labor and the people knew what they were doing, this particular factory, I won't mention names or anything in case they're still around, but they had not done very well, because the population where they built this factory was, for whatever reason, I guess maybe it's because everybody was starting from scratch and you were high up on the food chain in the industry for making a particular item, and now all of a sudden you've got to have all these rookies and you've lost all your professionals. But anyways, we're cutting vegetables today. Delicious vegetables. This is going to be nice. Oh yeah, but he did get to go watch and stuff. Of course it did stop. And brought it somewhere here, and I think that they did the old swap out, where they took the inside of the watch, said it was bad, and then got that Seiko mechanism, and then gave us something else. But that's why I believe where it says not to be materialistic, because stuff comes and goes like the wind. I think about all the things I've bought in my life, and they're all gone. All these things, almost everything, gone. Just a bad investment. Don't get me wrong, I like nice things. That's why I buy used clothes. And vegetables are good. And what else? I didn't even show you. I treated my wife today. I just want to show you. In case anybody's thinking of trying something different. She says this is the good one. There's 5 in a pack. It costs 40 pesos, so 8 a piece. And she'll fry this up, and it's very salty. These dried fish, right? They look like they're fresh, right? But they're dried fish. And she's kind of surprised that I really don't mind the smell. You know, a lot of foreigners, as I understand, most respectfully, even though it's all one planet, right? So it feels kind of weird to call somebody a foreigner. I don't know. We're all human. But that's how I look at it. We're all the same, all equal. But they usually don't like the smell of it. I really don't mind it. But it is the possibility of it lingering through your house. So if you cook something like this, you might want to definitely cook it in your dirty kitchen. I don't know why they call it a dirty kitchen. Maybe we should rename it the clean kitchen. That sounds good. Yeah. So, because I can tell you this much, my wife's kitchen is not dirty. This woman works so hard. Oh my goodness. Slow down. All right. So I'm having fun here, cutting away. And this is what we got so far. This is going to be delicious. I'm getting excited already. It's the simple things in life. You know, a good meal, nice, hopefully, comfortable pillow, a blanket if necessary, a little air conditioning, definitely in the Philippines, is always beyond a plus. It doesn't have to be a big air conditioner. I got a little half-horse air conditioner, and but a lot of people, they want these big air conditioners, but if you want a very kind, humble piece of advice. If you got one room you're doing, and you know you don't have some kind of health problems where you got high blood pressure or something, try the half-horse air conditioner. You're gonna save money. So if the sound of that sounds good to you, then get the half-horse. Because the one we well, it's not ours, came with this house we're renting. It was, I don't even know what size it is, but the electric company came out and they said this thing is like 2 times taking the power that the average air conditioner should be at that size. And when I pulled it out, I'm not kidding, it was so long in the back, I didn't even realize it because going through the window and everything, I said, look at this thing. This thing's like a limousine, a stretch limousine of air conditioners. But, so that is sitting on the floor, and lo and behold, my electric bill went down massively. The other thing that I've learned in the Philippines that could help you is if you're not living in a subdivision. I learned this from my friend Alfred. Praise you, Jehovah, for my friend Alfred. But what I learned was that if your electricity bill seems suspiciously high, when you leave the house, find yourself, maybe put a sign up or something on the back of your front door. I didn't. I just have it in my mind because I got shocked by my electric bill. It was right around $60 US, and then for the first few months of being here, and then all of a sudden it shot up to almost about $150. So that tells me that somebody is tapping. Yes, you heard right. Tapping in electricity. But these are things that can happen when you're not living in a subdivision. But to combat it, and it's a lot of fun too, by the way, is you shut your electricity off. And if you have a good refrigerator, which we do have a good refrigerator, well sealed, it'll be good for a few hours until you get back. So hit that. I mean, you don't have to, but I know I do. Put it that way. I'm not giving any advice here. But except for one thing, I guess I would say eat more vegetables, eat more fruit. But where was I now? Oh yes, but I've saved quite a bit of money. It's interesting too because I actually heard somebody in the distance actually say "brown out." I'm like, okay. Sorry about that. I mean, I'm all for the whole thing, like free energy, like Nikola Tesla, but I just don't want to be the one who's actually paying for it. So that's the deal with that. So I shut it off quite a bit. And if I don't have to have it, if I start hearing excessively loud music in the area, because obviously they're very innovative, because the people, we called out the electric company and they were looking for something that would tell them, but that the line was tapped, but they didn't find anything. They didn't really look, super look. They didn't get up on a ladder and look around the wires and trace anything back, anything like that. But they looked from the ground, which I don't know how you look from the ground, and a wire hanging about 12 to 15 feet above your head, and figured out that the big problem was going back, the air conditioning. So there we go. So I saved a little bit by putting the small air conditioner that is mine, half horse, and it's comfortable. Takes some moisture out of the room, sleep good, don't wake up as much going click, 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 click. Your teeth are chattering, and you gotta get your enamel checked. Because you've been, shivering so hard through the night. But my son is so funny. This particular item here if you have children, small children, try to give them some of this, some squash, because I kid you not, when he was small, if I came home without getting that squash, I'd get that look. Husbands, you know what I'm talking about. It's like, what are you doing? Your baby needs a squash. I'm like, oh, I'll go back to the store. No, it's okay. Because had worked third shift. But anyways, so now he tries to tell me he don't like squash. I'm like, are you kidding me? This guy was like a squash giant, you know? And what a difference. He was so strong as a baby. Oh, man. So, funny how children change. Things change. You think for sure it's going to be the same, and then it changes. And that's another thing that makes me think about in this life is just, while cutting these vegetables, I was to think about something positive, is that just think positively. Because, and one way to do that is by having a healthy diet. So many people that I've found over the years eat too much processed fast food, and they seem to be less energetic and less enthusiastic about life, and more easily stressed. Don't get me wrong, they all get stressed, right? But this thing here, this soup, this combination, I believe the word is synergistically, when it works together, all these different vegetable oils, and does it taste good? It tastes pretty good. But I just keep thinking about how healthy it is. And the fact is, it ain't making me, look like what I don't want to look like, which is overweight. I like to try to take good care of this gift of life out of respect to my parents and my Creator, and also so I can be here for my family. So sometimes, hey, I'd like to eat some cheeseburger, and don't get me wrong, I will eat one if one gets in my way. Especially if it's really good meat. Oh man, watch out. I don't try to make a habit of it. Same with fried chicken. My son loves fried chicken. Matter of fact is, the other morning, before he woke up, he was crowing like a chicken. I said, what? I said, no, I'm just kidding. But anyways, he could. He's starting to grow feathers, and it's really strange. I mean, for a human to grow feathers, no, that's not true. But, so here we are, we're cutting along. I would say singing a song, but there's no music here, except for the beat of the knife on the cutting board. But you gotta have fun. You gotta make fun out of life sometimes, That's the thing I've learned in life too. It's all how you look at it. I was telling my son this morning. If you tell yourself you want to learn something or be good at it, you'll be better at it than if you say, oh, kind of mentality, right? Take lemons, make lemonade. You got lemonade stands, so it must work. I don't know. Is that still legal? Lemonade stands? I guess some places, maybe not. But, man, this smells so fresh, too. And I asked the guy, too, if he's older than you, or you suspect he could be older. We call him Kuya here, K-U-Y-A. It's a sign of respect for the older man in the Philippines, Kuya. So you should make that point to say Kuya. And that you can see on their face that they will greatly appreciate that. But he told me the darker squash is the better squash. So There we are, we got the dark one. In case you're over there wondering, why doesn't he get the light squash? Why is he getting that dark one? That's why. Not that anyone would actually probably be wondering that. Don't mind me, I'm just in a jovial mood because I know it's going to come after this food. It's going to come eating time, so it makes it worthwhile. I don't have to think, what am I going to eat for dinner? What am I going to eat for lunch tomorrow? I'm going to eat this. And probably dinner too. Which will save some money, which is always a plus. Although we found a place down the road that has stainless steel pots, and you could tell it's a very clean kitchen run by these three ladies. It's not information, but we've seen it in other videos. And what I like about it is, I didn't even know this. I mean, I knew it wasn't good for you, the whole aluminum thing. But that aluminum is like 7 times more toxic than mercury. You know that's not good to put in it. But you see a lot of people cooking in the cheaper aluminum pots, which I understand. I do. I mean, I've eaten that one many times, but I don't want to do that tomorrow. So I like to think as clearly as possible. So, but as you can see, my pot, it's kind of deceptive. I think I got the wrong pot here. I may have to get the bigger pot because this pot's filling up just with squash. See it? And you can hear the rooster outside. How many of you, you know what, in the comment section, how many of you actually own a rooster? Or a chicken? I'm actually thinking about going down that route, and why not? You know, you get a chicken, get some chicken eggs. Now, I don't know the whole meat situation with it, like, do you have to have, I guess you have to have a male and a female, right? Common sense, right? So I guess I gotta have 2 chickens. But I guess it'll help me wake up early in the morning too. If I could get that. Get myself a little chicken. I'm allergic to dogs, so I don't know if I'm allergic to feathers. I don't think I could kill a chicken though, unless I'm really starving, honestly. I wouldn't even know what I was doing to begin with. Especially when I learned that chickens are, they say are as smart as dogs, and that they're really into their families, something like that. It's like, oh man. It's sad to say, the other day we were coming home, there was a dead mother chicken on the road. And it wasn't a super small baby, but it was a baby. It was sitting on top of the mother. And obviously gotten hit. And it was just sitting there, taking in those last few moments of its mother. And it was just freshly hit because it wasn't even any ants on it or anything, you know. And so I went and moved it off the road, and I felt bad that I moved it. In a way, because the chicken ran off, and I don't think it came back. Spent some time with its mom, even though its mom was deceased. But so that's what I know about chickens. I don't really know anything about chickens, but I've seen the eyes of the chicken, and no kidding around, it looked so sad. It was like half shut. I said, wow. You can see these animals do have emotions and care about one another. And I don't know, just funny. Touches your heart, these things. So. Oh man, we're doing a good job today for a change. Usually I'm not taking care of business like this. Not as much. I cut it bigger, I throw it in the pot, it takes forever to cook. Not this time. Alright. Obviously I'm gonna have to get a bigger pot. That's okay. Oof. And let me warn you about something too, as a foreigner. If you go visit any of these falls, and you have a guide, and they tell you, hey, I didn't have a guide, okay? But they say, hey, you know what? You can jump off this cliff, and it's okay, you got a life vest on. Don't you believe it? I wonder how many people have went home over the years that jump off these cliffs, even supposedly the right way, that end up getting hurt. I've always been athletic, and I jumped off the cliff. And it was a 32-meter cliff. It's what's called Calisong Falls. Big, life-changing mistake. I almost had to get carried down the mountain. It took me everything I could to hobble down the mountain. And I'm still recovering 5 years later. Yeah. So, don't jump off any cliffs. Don't get too excited. And the worst part about it is it doesn't make any sense, is I'm afraid of heights. So why on earth was I jumping off a perfectly good cliff with nobody chasing me? No reason. Stupid. Anyways, I hate to be so stupid. It was just an unwise decision. But try to internalize this to say, you know what, it makes you really appreciate. So appreciate your health, because many people don't. And I try to. Like yesterday, I broke down. I had some. We got this cracker here. It's like a Ritz cracker. It's called Fita, F-I-T-A. You get 9 in a pack. They're not expensive, like 8 pesos. Not bad, right? So they're really good. They're similar to Ritz crackers. So if you're missing Ritz crackers, or if you're thinking about having a cracker, it's not bad. Other than they have this other cracker called Skyflakes. Skyflakes are good. They're like a saltine cracker, which are good, as we know, in the U.S., if you have a sick stomach. But the problem with them is, after you've had them for a while, you start to lose the taste for having them again, because they're so tasteless. But they're good to have on hand, you know, in case you're not feeling well. That's what my mom taught me. To be able to have some crackers, soak up that stomach acid. But, so I had some Fita yesterday. The thing is, there must be something in it, because if I have more than one pack, I want to eat the next pack, I want to eat the next pack. So next thing you know, 9 simple crackers turns into 27 crackers. I didn't eat 3 yesterday, but the whole thing is, it goes on and on with these crackers. But they taste so good, my brain says. Just keep eating it. Yeah, okay. Just keep eating that double cheeseburger. But, actually what's big here is pork. If you like pork, it's a place to come. Philippines. They're masters of pork. And, I don't know what you can get a full pig for now, price-wise, but it's probably a little over 100 for a good-sized pig, maybe 150. But they'll cook the whole pig. You can even have it delivered. So, and if you don't like pork, if you don't like pig, don't worry. If you have relatives and they're coming over, you want to make a hit, a splash, or just be, you know, when I say splash, you know what I mean? Kind, be kind. If you can afford it. I remember once I bought a pig. I didn't like the taste of it. And I didn't understand, though, that little bit of money that I spent on the pig It's like all the money I had, basically in the world. I didn't have any more savings. But that's okay. You know what? We do our part as human beings, right? To show love to each other and kindness to each other, and again, we forget and all that good stuff. And it is good stuff. It is not just good, it is great. Oh, this is going to be an interesting one today. Like I say, I'm not usually cutting at this detail, but I really feel the necessary need because I really want the soup water to have the essence of the squash. But I'm going to need a bigger pan in this. So this isn't going to cut it. I hate to make pans dirty. Where is the monster pan? There you are. Come down. No, you miss us. Probably got one of these monster pans at your house, right? One of these big boys. I don't know what the quart size is. I have my glasses with me, but thank goodness for good old American Goodwill. Believe it or not, I got this gigantic pan at Goodwill. That was shocked when I seen it. I couldn't wait to buy it. I think it cost me $8. Can you imagine us paying $8 for this pan? This thing's a monster. It's so heavy. Stainless steel. Made a lot of pots of food in that bad boy. The fact is, I just made some spaghetti a couple weeks ago for some of our friends. Here's some eggs. Just bought some eggs today as well. And I'm not sure. Is this my chocolate, right? Yeah. Thank you. Oh man. So we got this big pan. I better rinse it out too. One thing I learned from my mom, don't touch that. One thing I learned from my mom is if pans are sitting around, wash them out, rinse them out. You got dust. You never know, they got little lizards here. Could be crawling around in there. So we'll use the utmost hygiene. I don't need to use soap because the other pan is really clean, but I definitely want to give it the old rinse-a-roni. And since the water here is not to be drank, I'm going to shake out this pan over here. So I'll put this in here. As you can see, it's a much better choice. It won't take but a rinse out of this and keep your wife happy by not making too many dishes dirty. I'll have to jump on the bike another way. No, I'm just kidding. So we'll put this over here. We'll finish off our little cut spray here. My back, as I mentioned, the falls, my back starts to compress the spine. It starts to hurt after a while. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. That's one of the negative parts about this process is I can't stand super long. I start to get that problem. Obviously one of the discs didn't heal, but I still remain positive after 5 years, you know? Mind over matter. Just set out the mind, and hopefully it won't matter. All right, getting it done for fun. No, I'm getting it done for dinner. All right, so this is the next one here. We'll rinse this off. Cabbage, good for the stomach. Also good for the heart. I'm sure it's good for much more. If you know what it's good for, you can write in the comments on any of these produce items. If you have any thoughts about it, if you have any knowledge about it, you can save me the time of re-looking it up, only to forget it. But by putting it in the in the chat part. We like nice comments. Who doesn't, right? So if you want to say something, don't be shy. It's no big deal. We're down to earth people, really. Just regular folk sharing a piece of our life. Nothing special. I don't really like this piece, so again, I'm taking the core out. And the big thing for me is I don't like mold. I have to get rid of the mold. So however far I got to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop, I will, to get rid of the mold. Should probably put my glasses on so you can see what's going on. Hey, Boba. Boba? I know I could cut this, but... Alright. So I check it from all angles. Say I really don't want to eat mold too much. Putting it there. Hang on a second. I'll be right back. Gotta grab my glasses. Boba? Can you pass my glasses there, baby?
You can post that up, right?
In the chair? Huh? Oh, okay. I don't know this side. Are you working here or not?
Yeah, I went in and it's playing.
I thought you were going to be working here. All right. So, pause it. All right, so we're back. And as we did, as you might see here, this used to be a vinegar container, but since rice containers are kind of expensive, we decided to use this for rice. All you need is a funnel. But I would suggest a bigger funnel than I have. I have like a little 1/8 1/8 of an inch roughly. I won't grab it right now, my hands are wet. Exit out of the funnel, so that way you can have it flow easy. I have to sometimes slow down. I'm not really liking that. I need a bigger funnel size. Okay, so here we go. We're cutting it up. Again, my thing right now is I'm just thinking about making it all very, very small. And I'm gonna have to pause this for a minute. Take something for pain. I will be back. Okay, so we're back. I forgot the pain medication, but I used my that gravity machine posted in the earlier video. I'll tell you, I'm lost about that one. That bad boy. I went ahead and just pulled my back apart. At first, it didn't want to go. See, here's a little piece. I don't like this. I want my food to be as clean and pristine as possible. I just don't really like little pieces too much. So, but I pulled it apart. I didn't want to pull it first. Also, like I felt like it was pulling like tissue, but it helped make me feel as though, there we go, another piece, as though we're having a fresh start in the process. So I feel fresh as a daisy right now. It's weird how the spine is. So protect your spine. There's another lesson I learned in life. Be careful. The worst part, besides getting hurt, was I'm afraid of heights. So I was just so excited, you know, for moving here and getting to know my wife's family and stuff. and spend time with them and all that good stuff kind of thing. And friends, your friends, that I jumped off this cliff. So be careful. You know, we always think of negative emotions to be careful of. Be careful of positive emotions too. It doesn't lead you down the wrong path to do something that you live to regret. All right, that's small enough for me. How about you guys? Oh, this is gonna be nice. Get that cabbage in that water. Hey, sweet boy. Sweet boy. Hey, please unplug the TV next time, okay? Please unplug the TV next time, okay? I took care of it for you. I think you're supposed to be working on your schoolwork. Children, a blessing from above. Aren't you supposed to be working your schoolwork?
Break.
Oh, is it? Mama said break or you said break? Well, you gotta ask the teacher. I haven't had cabbage like this for a while now. It's funny, I was on a rock and roll where I was making this quite a bit to the point where I had to memorize what the flavor was. And then the flavor got to me. I was like, you know what, I'm not digging this flavor, but my body is digging the results. I'm getting to the point where I'm almost like Bruce Lee fat-free, you know what I mean? And then, I don't know what happened. There's a piece of mold. So you got to keep looking along the way, because you'll find it sometimes in the strangest places. Some little pieces of mold. I'm sure it wouldn't kill you, but anything like that, but or hurt you probably. But I just don't want to have it where I have it. Anyway. Oh, this is nice. This is gonna be real good today. Sorry, again, it's the little things in life you get excited about for me. I don't need big things. I just need a good meal, a good place to stay, some room to breathe, and a good pillow. That'll be good. Like cedar wood. I remember when we got this cutting board at the big seaside mall in Cebu. And we kept walking by, and the store, it was like a wood furniture store. They had some really amazing tables. It reminded me of some tables I saw built in Wisconsin, these really thick ones. And I was like, oh man. It'd be great if you had that house, that permanent house, but I don't have a house. I have no complaints. That's what I have. But I have a rental house. It's a nice house. But electricity is an issue when you build doubles. It's over doubles. It's disturbing. Causes disturbance in the floors. So I don't really like that. And recently our water bill went up almost double. I was confused about that, considering 7, 8 o'clock at night, the water starts to, many times, not always, it's so unpredictable. I don't know what's going on, but it starts to diminish to almost nothing, or shuts off until, I don't know, 4 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. So if you turn on your faucets, here's another kind piece of advice, make sure you shut them off right away, because you can wake up and you'll be draining tons and tons of water down the drain. Not that it's so expensive, but the point.
Excuse.
Okay, this is chayote. My understanding is it's good for diabetes. If you guys know, tell me something. Share something. I don't have a. This is unfamiliar to me in the U.S. I didn't cook with this one, so I'm not even sure if I'm going to keep the seeds. I got to find out. I think so. But you got to take the skin off. It's just a real. Do I keep the seeds in this one? Do I keep the seeds in this one?
Yeah, I had to get the seeds in this.
Take them out? Okay. All right. So this is supposed to be good, like I said, for diabetes. It's very slippery now, so be careful because I hate to have it where I'm peeling my finger. It makes for a terrible injury. So, again, I always try to do things away from my hand and hold vigorously. As you can see, this is an older one, but it's a good one. We got this when we first moved here at the department store. And there was another device that came with it. Oh, that was a cool device. Super cool. You put like garlic and onions in this round thing, and you have a cord pulling it. And I don't think we have that device anymore. I think the cord broke, so I'll have to do everything by hand. Mhm. Okay. All right. Okay, so there's the seed right there. How about that? Usually I don't go to this trouble. I just go ahead and chop it up and put it in the deal, in the pot. But I'm going to chop it up. Yes, right. I'm going to try to take the seeds out, so I'll go the extra mile. Oh yeah, that's an ugly piece there. It looks like that would be tough to eat. Yeah. Have to be so careful. I've been cut so many times with a knife. This one here, this cut was about 10. It's still enough to mark. Yeah, away from the body. It's one of the things you learn in high school, but I learned it from my mom too, first. Be very gentle here. It's not really away from me. I haven't really went to this detail before. I mean, I have, but not about this chayote. I usually don't get it because I don't like to. I really don't like to use this on this because it's so hard. And I made the mistake of peeling my finger and having it bleed very vigorously. And I was greatly disappointed in my peeling skills at that point. So it's a difficult decision, but I know that it's healthy, and I know that my wife likes it. It's very good with chicken too, as I understand. They have a nice chicken soup they make with that. What else? I'm not sure. Okay, so we're ready for this one. Okay, nice and crunchy. Make the pieces small because it's really hard vegetable. Ooh, got a runway. Okay. The pot is getting fuller. I think I paused this for a while, so the video isn't too long for you guys. Okay, we're back. So now we're going to get on to the next item, a carrot. Because we got so much green and white in the pot, so we got a variety, not just one color. I do have the eggplants I'm going to put in there, and that's very, very healthy for it. But carrot would be a nice change in here. Sometimes I might not take the skin off. A lot of times I don't. But today I am. Because I like to have the whole vegetable as much as possible. So that's my thoughts about that. Oh yeah. Make it nice and small so we get plenty of, and you can, do little things too, be creative. I got some vegetables here, so let's see how my little, my little roadblock works. My little checkpoint. I'll go past these parts here. And this is my drink that my wife has been so kind to make for me. Is cacao, where it's pure chocolate and water. Ooh. Oh, tastes great. Since I'm only using one carrot, and I only had 3 available because that was all I had. And what I'm going to do is cut it really small because I also want to keep in mind making the soup look appealing, which means showing different colors throughout the soup. And then I know carrot is also, as you can tell, a very hard substance, vegetable. Remove, Again, all I'm doing is sharing with you what I do over here in the Philippines to stay healthy. Stay away from all the fast food, fried food, because if I have food, it's cooked in the refrigerator, because this could last 3 days. This should last 3 days. Many times, yeah. But I'm going to try to eat it up in 2 days. Maybe 3. Okay. I'm no eggplant expert, so I know I'm probably doing this wrong, so you can tell me in the comments. But anyway, I'm perfectly willing to learn. I like learning, especially simple things like cutting eggplant, whatever. And I would look right now, but I just don't have the time. I'm going to make it small. We got some onions in here. I'm looking at some garlic. I'm going to put in here. Put some salt in here. Put a taste of ginger in here, not too much. I want to make sure the ginger is super small, because my wife doesn't like to eat big pieces of ginger. So keep in mind your audience, what they don't like or like. And if I make it real small, then maybe she'll miss it. If nothing else, she can still get the benefits of it, because it don't get dispersed in the hot water of the soup. Oh wow. I'll stop this moment. Here's the prime reason why you have to really look at your stuff. As you can see, this one's bad. Why are you calling me bad? I'm comfortable with myself. Because you are. Alright, I admit it. Alright. I hate talking eggplant. It's very disturbing, especially when I gotta put it in a hot pot of water. Now I have to feel some sort of something in my conscience putting it in there. Oh wait, that's right, he's not going to hot water. He's going in the trash. Alright, try another one. How are you on the inside? We'll find out. Got a little dent here. You didn't even know about using a dent puller, buddy? Alright, fine. Alright. I remember once I used a dent pulling service. Did a fantastic job. I was so shocked. It's amazing what they can do nowadays. Oh, I had a bad feeling. Okay, it's not bad throughout, but we've obviously got a couple parts we've got to be cognizant about getting rid of. Looks good there. 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 And there. Okay. Alright, I feel comfortable with you now. Okay. I just want to show you a variation of something I do sometimes, which is so I don't have to use the peeler. I'll just scrape it with the side of the knife, just so I can get some of the dirt off the carrot. Because I recognize that I need to give the family something to tide them over while this is cooking. So this is going to go into the juice. I only have one apple, so I'm going to make shift because I want to juice twice today. Make do what I have, as I say, as I hear the rain beating outside. So what am I going to do? I'm going to cut the apple in half, use half the apple now, and half the apple later. Some people say to me, hey, you don't want to use those seeds. Oh, really? I don't have any problem using seeds. So I'll put this in the bowl, and I'll use this later. I'll put it in the refrigerator Yeah, it'll get brown, all that good stuff, but I ain't worried about that. So this is gonna turn into juice. Something to tide us over briefly. I just have to make some of those eggs later. A little bit. Actually, it's more like a smoothie. I always pull out juice. Old habits. Had to do a basket weave. Till I learned the basket weave is really useless. In my opinion. Because you're throwing the pulp off to the side. Just getting the juice. Hey, it tastes great, but you're missing the rest of your item. Okay. So here we go. I'll put it in here, this blender, and I'll blend it like 3 times. The first 2 times are to get this part broken up as much as possible so it's drinkable. Maybe 3 times, 30 seconds. Okay, we're ready for a little blending. Of course, on high. Time it, but I'm guesstimating about 30 seconds for those. I also found that I happen to have, ta-da, another apple. So, put the other half in there. So we're done with that part. Let's see. Let's see cups here. Let the blender cool down for a moment so it isn't on too long. And then we'll put the bananas in there. So, as you can see, it's not bad. Not a bad consistency.